Continuing our exploration of Timeline's capabilities, we're going to make use of My Timeline 3 working file and have a look at how we can add multiple timelines. Now, although timelines existed in the previous version of Microsoft Project, what you couldn't do previously was have multiple timelines. You could have a timeline, you could customize it, but that was the only one you got. Now you can have multiple timelines, so you can look at different sections of your project in different ways because you can customize each timeline differently. So taking this working file that has a current timeline, and then I'd like to add a new timeline, leaving that one alone completely and adding a second timeline. We do that by going to Timeline Tools Format. The Insert group here has a timeline bar option, and what happens when I click that is I get a new timeline below the other one. Now you can see because of the zoom, that timeline is now showing in this little section here, but that's fine. In my second timeline, which has no tasks associated with it, I'd like to insert some existing tasks and just have the whole of the first phase. So none of these other items, and then OK. So on my second timeline, I only have the tasks from the first phase. Now I would quite like on this particular timeline to have the phase 1 above. So let's go to existing tasks, phase 1, OK. It then appears as a solid task above all the others, but that's okay. We can click display as call out, and then it goes above. So this second timeline is covering a different phase, different period than our first timeline here. There's nothing to then stop you adding a third. So insert, let's click away, time bar, and we get another one. But what we're now running out of is a bit of screen space to show all of our timelines. Mechanically, it works. To this one, I could add existing tasks. Okay. You see that they then get added in. Make sure we also add in phase 2 heading. And because we already have the phase 2 heading in our first timeline, it gets itself a little bit confused if we then try to go to existing tasks and add what's already there. So it's a little bit of a trick is we go to the actual task down here in the task entry, go into the task information and remove display on timeline. Make sure you still have this timeline selected. Go back in and choose display on timeline, and it will then appear. So I can then select it and display as call out. So it then goes above. So each of your secondary and this time tertiary timelines are all customizable to the same degree. They can have their own time range where we choose the date range. I could set this one to be a slightly different week, probably from the 16th of October until the 29th, the end of the actual week. So that displays as a different period of time. Now, although we can't then zoom into that because it will zoom out of that one and that one, when I come to then export them to another program or print them, I can change the zoom at the print stage so that they use more pieces of paper. So this is the new facility, new function, the ability to create multiple timelines that look at different tasks and different parts of your entire project.